Hello there. My name is Mo with my co-host Corey. We are the Real Guys, and this is the Real Show with 2 E's. I'm very excited about this. This is our May 4th Star Wars month minor background characters episode, where we do a top 5 of the Star Wars characters you might not know at home. I'm always with my co-host Corey. How are you doing today, Corey?
I'm doing very well, thank you.
Are you doing particularly very well?
I'm doing very well.
Because I love this episode. I can't wait to get into it.
It's always fun.
It's always fun. And as always, you can find us on our video version on our YouTube channel, The Real Show, Real with 2 E's, or you can listen to us on any audio platform, Amazon, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you get your podcasts, wherever you listen to your audio platforms, we are there. Little rundown of what this episode is going to be about.
Yeah.
This is, throughout the month of May, we do Star Wars themed month.
Yep.
It's loads of fun. And we like to look at the Star Wars characters that you might not know at home. Not your Darth Vader, not your Boba Fett, not as far as your sort of even minor characters like your Admiral Piet or your
Kit Fisto.
Your Dengar, your Kit Fisto, exactly. We're looking at the ones that are in so far in the background, but they've got names, they've got personalities, they've got looks and times and everything, right? They've got stories, okay? Yep. Every person in Star Wars has a story, and that's what we love. It's a Star Wars story, if you could say so.
Okay.
Now, we've got top 5. We've got a bit more than 5, just in case.
We've both got a couple extras.
We have our top 5, right? No particular order as well.
No.
But it's just, these are the interesting ones that we found. How do you want to kick it off? Would you like to kick off, or shall I?
Well, last year, we did a rock, paper, scissors.
Shall we do rock, paper, scissors
to determine who went first.
Okay, whoever wins, who goes first.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. We're both going to initiate rock, paper, scissors.
Yeah.
Ready? Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Oh, rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Oh.
Oh, rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Oh.
Oh, rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
You go
paper
first.
covers rock. My go. That was a bit of a
That was
stalemate
good.
there for a minute.
Good.
We're having a bit of a rally, as you could say. Now, I'm starting.
Yes.
And just to preface, this is any live-action
Has
Star
to be
Wars
live
film.
action.
Has to be live action. That includes Rogue One and Solo.
Yep.
Has
to be
include
films.
any of the Clone Wars
Yep.
or any of the Rebels or Resistance or Tales of the Jedi, any show, any animated show, it also doesn't include Andor or Kenobi or Ahsoka, any of the, or Book of Boba Fett or Mandalorian or whatever. Has to be a film, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Yes.
And the Rogue One and Solo as well.
Yep. So sorry, holiday special.
Solly Holiday Special, sorry. I'm going to start off with The Rise of Skywalker.
Okay.
Take you to the last film in the Star Wars saga.
Okay.
I'm going to take you down to the frozen frost planet of Kijimi.
Okay.
And I'm going to show you Ephraim LX.
Okay, don't have them.
Now, this guy, Ephraim LX, is basically, what if C-3PO was in a SWAT team? What if C-3PO was in Judge Dredd?
There
basically?
he is.
What if he was in Judge Dredd? Look at this guy. He's got like cool armor. He's got a cool helmet. He's got the Judge Dredd gun, like the lawgiver, whatever it's called, the lawmaker. He's got that. He just looks like an awesome combat droid, basically. He's present in Kijimi City at the same time the Resistance operatives undertook a mission on the planet. Obviously, Kijimi was destroyed later by a Zeiston-class Star Destroyer. We don't know if Ephraim LX was on that planet. But he was there when the Spice Runners came in, so that's Rey and Poe Dameron and Finn come in with Droid Smith Babu Frick, everyone loves a bit of Babu Frick, and Zori Bliss came into Kijimi City looking to stop the First Order, and of course the Final Order. And Ephraim LX is a humanoid droid. He's got a singular blue photoreceptor.
He does.
And he's coloured in dark grey, bronze and red. And he was designed by Jake Lunt Davies, shout out to you, as a kind of military combat SWAT version of a protocol droid.
Yep.
It's a fantastic design. I like it when they take a regular Star Wars thing, like what if we had C-3PO, but he was in a SWAT team?
Yeah.
You know, that kind of thing. I love that. And in model, he looks almost kind of like a sort of Destiny-type Blade Runner.
Yeah, I can see that.
Judge Dredd character, I think. And I quite like that when Star Wars branches out into a different design. Also, to credit the people behind Ephraim LX, he's played by Mohsen Nouri in The Rise of Skywalker in a full-body suit. Olivia Whitaker was responsible for model and casting in fiberglass. Fiona Pollard created the bodysuit, and the final suit was assembled and painted by Sean Schofield.
Very nice.
That is Ephraim LX. Corey.
Okay, so you've done Judge Dredd meets Star Wars.
Yep, droid meets Judge Dredd.
So I'm going to now take you to what if Lord of the Rings met Star Wars.
Oh dear. Okay.
I'm going to take you to a nice little bounty hunter.
Yeah.
Right? We've got a little bounty hunter here. He appears in Rise of Skywalker.
Oh, yeah, same as me. Yes.
I'm going to show you
This guy.
Carib Dis.
Can you Carib the Dis?
Sounds like he's good at a rap
Dis.
battle.
Yeah, it does.
And he would be because he's all mouth.
He is all mouth.
That's all he is.
He is all mouth.
I don't really know who this guy is.
Carib Dis. You like the mouth of Sauron? Is that why you picked it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The sensory organs of this species.
This species. This is a cool guy.
Yeah. In order to see, he had to grimace.
Yeah, all the time.
He wore a sensor dome atop his head, which helps him gather data about his surroundings.
Yes. This is a very minor character.
Yep.
How many diss jokes are we going to be able to
Probably
make?
quite a bit.
Yeah. This is a bounty hunter. This is also on Kojimi.
He's a terrifying bounty
He
hunter.
looks. I would not want this guy chasing after me.
No, exactly, right?
Gonna eat me. What's he gonna do to me?
He's probably so effective. Not that he has a good, KD ratio.
No.
Everyone's just good. You know what?
You know what? Yeah, all right. Take me in.
Yeah.
I don't want to be eaten by your giant skeletal mouth.
Yeah.
Oh god, he does look scary, doesn't he? He's got no eye. He's got no eyes. He's only got a.
Why does it say personality and traits? Dis had grey skin and was aware that he needed to clean his teeth more often.
Oh, he's got a little tooth, like a toothbrush. It'd be a big toothbrush, like a big bit of sheetrock.
Yeah.
It says here that he wears Mandalorian rocket gauntlets. He's got the gear, this guy.
Concept art of Dis for the film titled Wizard 41 was created, and so that's his concept art name, Wizard 41.
Very artisan.
He was named in Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker visual dictionary.
Yeah, and this guy as well, I do recognise him because he's in the Rise. He's in the Rise of Skywalker.
Yes,
he's also in the Skywalker Saga Lego video game. Yeah, he is.
Great.
He's one of the bounty hunters you can play as.
Very nice.
I remember because he was the first bounty hunter I unlocked, and obviously with the different classes, you need them to open doors and stuff like that.
Right.
And yeah, I went around as Carib Dis quite a bit, so I do recognise this guy. You can probably find his minifigure if you search it up from that game.
Most likely.
Yes, you can. Here he is. And look at him. He's got the teeth. He's got everything. You can just search minifigure and you'll find him.
There he is.
Yeah, that's a pretty good replication in Lego form.
That's not bad.
Mouth of Sauron with little head.
That's all right.
Now, from one interesting alien
Okay.
to another interesting alien.
Okay.
Now, I'm going to take you far away from 35 ABY on Kojimi. I'm going to take you to 22 BBY on Tatooine with Mos Espa, right? Remember Mos Espa?
Okay.
Anakin Skywalker and Padme Amidala have returned in Attack of the Clones to see Watto, and they're walking around in Mos Espa. In the background, you can find Hoyt Padoit. That's right, Corey. Hoyt Padoit.
I'm definitely not spelling this right.
Is a Biff who was found in 22 BBY.
How are we spelling this?
HOITPA apostrophe DOIT.
What?
Hoyt Padoit.
What?
And
there he is.
He was identified in the Ultimate Illustrated Guide
Great.
of the Attack of the Clones.
He's so minor.
And he's
His
so minor.
picture on Wikipedia has a watermark over it.
Yes, it does. That's Hoyt Padoit. That is Hoyt Padoit. Look at him. He's just a guy in a Biff mask with a little neck
you know what? His Wikipedia article is so good.
Yeah.
It's 3 lines.
It's 3 lines exactly. And his name's Hoyt Padoit.
Great.
That's what stuck out to me about this guy. He's got such a minimal bio, and his name's Hoyt Padoit.
Maybe we'll see him at some point.
Yeah, he's going to turn up
in a random comic.
Whenever I write for Star Wars, I'm going to work Hoyt Padoit in there somehow.
Pop him in there.
Pop him in there, yeah. So we can expand his article. So we can expand his Wikipedia article. That's Hoyt. That's, you know what? It's got to be Hoyt Padoit. Okay, what have you got next, Corey?
Right. I'm keeping it on Tatooine. Ripe with background characters is Tatooine.
Yeah, there's loads of them.
Cantina's got loads of background characters. You can probably see quite a few just roaming the streets. Another place has got a load of background characters. This is Jabba's Palace.
Oh, yes, yeah. Bib Fortuna, Boba Fett.
Yep. So I'm sticking with my bounty hunters.
Okay, more bounty hunters.
But I'm taking us to Return of the Jedi.
Okay.
Episode 6. Now, he did not have a name on Tatooine, and he wasn't named. He was just a generic species until later on he was actually given a name, and that is Amanaman.
A man? Is he a man?
No.
Amanaman?
Yep.
Amanaman.
That's also the name. He's a...
Right.
Amanin.
Oh, he's an Aman. Yeah. I know this guy.
But his name's Amanaman.
Amanaman. Yep.
He's a bounty hunter, apparently.
Amanaman, yeah. He's an Aman. These guys are very infamous for being very skilled warriors and fighters, and they can sort of roll up into a ball, I think. You know, the Aman are a very aggressive alien species. They're from Maradon, and this guy's an Aman. He looks very impressive. I like the style of this guy. Good alien to appear in Jabba's palace.
So he is there.
Okay, what do you know about Amanaman? What do you know about Amanaman?
Well, in canon, I think not much is known about Amanaman. He's a headhunter who works as a bounty hunter for the Hutt crime lord Jabba. After smuggler Han Solo was frozen in carbonite, Solo's friend Lando Calrissian met with Amanaman in Jabba's palace on the desert world of Tatooine. Asked him to alert him if Boba Fett arrived at the palace.
Yeah.
After Solo was delivered and displayed on Jabba's wall, Amanaman stood near the smuggler and laughed when Jabba declared he did not want to lose his favourite declaration. Yeah. How does he... Solo were captured as a Amanaman and others blocked their escape routes. So essentially, all in canon, he was in Jabba's palace and did not like Han Solo, essentially.
Yeah. Just moving about. Just a weird alien guy.
Just thought it was funny.
A Amanaman.
That's a Amanaman.
He's kind of tall. He's got kind of sort of a flat head and a flat face and really long arms and legs.
But a Amanaman.
He's in. Yeah, I was going to make the Muppet joke.
Yeah.
He almost looks like a Muppet in a way. Amanaman.
He was puppeteered.
Amanaman.
Amanaman.
And all of that. We can have him pop up on screen whenever you say Amanaman.
Like, where's it going to pop up?
Yeah.
Random places.
Amanaman. And all of that. Now, this is 1983, Return of the Jedi.
Okay.
And Amanaman was played by puppeteer Elisa Burke. There you go. Who's credited as a mime artist.
Nice.
So maybe Amanaman, he's got long arms for it.
He does have long arms for it.
If you want to know his measurements, he's 43 centimetres.
What, so we can get him a tailored suit?
20 by 64, yeah.
Send him to a tailor on Tatooine.
He was nicknamed Banana Slug, which I feel like...
Banana Slug.
Banana Slug. Banana. Yeah.
This man is just a Muppet.
Yeah, it's a Muppet. This guy's a Muppet. Oh, it's fantastic. I feel like this guy might be the steal of everyone. You know, this guy might be the steal of everyone, this guy. Now... From Tatooine.
Okay.
Back to Tatooine.
Back to Tatooine. Lovely.
Yeah, back to Tatooine. We're going to instead go from Jabba's palace to the second favourite place of all the scum and villainy on Tatooine in Mos Eisley. We're going to go to the. We're going to go to Episode 4, A New Hope.
Okay.
And Chalmun's Spaceport Cantina.
Yep. Everyone hangs out in the cantina.
Yeah, everyone's hanging out in the cantina. You might see a lot of interesting aliens. You might see interesting guys in spacesuits. What you might not see is a lady in Chalmun's Spaceport Cantina.
Okay.
And here we find Swilla Corey. Yes, correct. I'm named after yourself.
Great.
Swilla Corey.
Great. How are we spelling this? There, I've got it.
You've got it. Swilla Corey was a female human gerber tender. I don't know what a gerber is. If I know a gerber is like sort of a big horse type, furry horse animal.
Great.
Type thing. It's basically just hangs around in the desert. It's like an equine kind of horse wolf type animal. But she basically takes care of the gerbers, and she's also a skilled pickpocket. And she was born a slave, and she was liberated by raising the Kazarak slavers on Tatooine. And she made a new life for herself on the desert planet. And she loves tending to animals, going to local ranches, and making ends meet on Tatooine.
Nice.
Also, I did pick her, yes, because her last name is your name.
Great.
But she moved to Mos Eisley, where she's in the background of the cantina, sort of walking around. And another reason why I picked her is because in Legends, one of her colleagues in Chalmun's cantina is Kitak the Yamri. And she was told that the gerber who she had belonged to someone called Ketwal, who I think I mentioned in the last time we did this. And she was seeking answers to looking for Ketwal right when Obi-Wan Kenobi got in a fight with Ponda Barbara and Cornelius Evazan. So she was in the background there. And she has a bit of a story with this guy called Ketwal. So I think she's just very interesting. She was just hanging around in the background. She's kind of just like a pickpocket. She was known as Local Girl during the production of the film.
Okay.
She was played by Mandy Morton, who's just an extra just an uncredited actress. And yeah, this is an example of someone from the original films who became a character all their own, thanks to mostly something called What's the Story, which became something done by Tim Verhoeven in sort of a hyperspace feature magazine in 2005, where they take a background character and give them a name and a story of themselves. And it was... the character initially meant to aid Swilla Corey was Momon Nardon, who is the Ithorian, who we know.
Great.
And it was changed to this character called Ketwal after, in The Wildlife of Star Wars, a field guide, where it said that Ketwal's race, which is the Patchis hip, often herded gerbers, same as Swilla Corey. So that is my character. She's got like long braided blonde hair. Also strange to have a blonde woman in Star Wars.
Yeah.
Mostly you find brunettes with Leia and Mon Mothma and all that. But now we have a blonde lady who is Swilla Corey.
Very
she's
nice.
From Tatooine. And she's a gerber herder.
There we go.
A gerber herder. Your turn.
I'm going to keep it New Hope.
Okay.
I'm going to keep it on Tatooine.
Okay.
I'm going to keep it in Mos Eisley's Spaceport Cantina.
Yeah, we love Mos Eisley Spaceport Cantina. We love
So,
Chums.
meanwhile, while she's over there somewhere in the corner, someone else is also sat in a corner who is essentially looks like just a man in a normal space suit. This name sounds like a really bad nickname. Someone did not like this person. This is Dan's Boring.
Dan's Boring. Right, okay. Dan's pretty boring. Yeah, there he is. Dan's boring.
It's just a man in a space suit.
He's like a regular guy.
It's just a man.
Yeah. Dan's boring.
Literally, all his thing says is a light-skinned, brown-haired human who spent time in China's Spaceport Cantina in Mos Eisley Spaceport and does a planet Tatooine. One in Cantina, Boring wore a white flight suit with a sealed white helmet and stood by the wall speaking to another individual in a spacesuit. When Moisture Farmer Luke Skywalker entered the cantina with Jedi Master Obi-Wan Kenobi and the droids R2-D2 and C-3PO. Boring then moved towards the bar, cup in hand, before sitting down in one of the booths with a different spacesuited individual behind a Meridian and Barodian niche. When Skywalker and Kenobi later got into an altercation with the criminals at the bar, Boring and the other suited individual stood and looked in their direction.
No, that's all you need to know.
That's all you need to know.
The bar. There's a bit of behind-the-scenes information here, Corey.
Yes. Go on. Dan's Boring was portrayed by Chris Burden in the 1977 original trilogy film Star Wars Episode 4 A New Hope. The shots that Boring appears in were filmed on Stage 6 at Shepperton Studios between April 12th and April 22nd. In the current Star Wars canon, the character was first identified when the name appeared as an incorrect answer to a trivia question: who introduced Obi-Wan Kenobi and Luke Skywalker to Han Solo? An episode of a Star Wars show that aired on October 14th, 2021, the character's name... Very nice.
Happy birthday, Dan's Boring.
Originated in the Star Wars Legends continuity, but was first used on a card in 1996.
See, 1996 was named. In canon, it wasn't named until 2021.
Yeah.
So that tells you something.
Yeah. Dan's Boring.
Does he have a bit of Legends history? He's boring. He's definitely boring. Does he have a bit of Legends info?
He's got a sentence.
A sentence. Well, he's born on Nar Shaddaa, so is that. They just gave him a home planet.
Dan's Boring was a bounty hunter who worked for Jabba. He also was an excellent pilot.
They're amazing.
Thanks,
they
Legends.
Give them a bit more information in the... they don't even name the actor in the behind-the-scenes information in Legends.
Thanks, Legends.
Yeah, good job, Legends, as always. Now, we're going to move... This is the background characters of comparing people to other sci-fi. We've got droids from Judge Dredd. We've got Lord of the Rings, Mouth of Sauron, bounty hunters. We've got all these interesting characters who've come from all the various Star Wars films in the background that you might not see. Guys that, sort of sit down, sit here and there, stand around, walk around, are doing things just like this guy. This particular fellow was in Episode 1, Phantom Menace, and Episode 2, Attack of the Clones. He's in 2 of the prequels, but you might not notice him because he's in the background. This is Graf Zappolo. That's right, Graf Zappolo. Graf Zappolo was the Master of Sciences in the Naboo Royal Advisory Council.
That's not what I'm looking for.
And if you look at Graf Zappolo, he looks like a character from David Lynch's Dune. And that's why I've picked him.
I'm assuming in the picture he is the man with the soul patch.
Yes. Let's break down Graf Zappolo if we can for a minute.
Not the woman and not the man stood behind him.
No. Graf Zappolo has a soul patch and nothing else.
No
other facial hair, just a soul patch. And he's got monk monk bald head and wraparound hair.
Yeah, he's got a horseshoe.
Yeah, he has. And he's out, if you look at the threads,
he's
wearing a long brown sort of shirt, not even a shirt, like a tunic.
Yeah.
With big puffy sleeves and like a skirt with big puffy trousers and sort of boots and long, like a skirt, puffy trousers. And here he is, he sat with Padme next to her.
See, this guy was so good, he appeared twice.
Yes. And no one noticed him. He's from the planet of Naboo. He was also the representative of farmers and philosophers of Naboo. And Zappalo was a brilliant oceanographer.
Very
32
nice.
BBY, he served on the council under Queen Padme Amidala shortly before the invasion of Naboo. And a decade later, 22 BBY, he was still a member of the council, now advising Queen Jamila of Naboo, and was present at the Royal Theed Palace when Senator Padme Amidala and Jedi Padawan Anakin Skywalker arrived after a plot to assassinate the senator.
Great.
And he's also in Queen's Peril, which is a nice book about Padme herself. He appears in that. And he's in, obviously, the first two prequels, Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones. I like this guy because he looks pretty strange. He's just sat around. And there's some pretty detailed pictures of this guy's costume and all that. And he's also part of the Fantha Tracks website, which does a lot of fan work for Star Wars. He was in the Phantom Menace 20th anniversary, The People of Naboo, Part 1, Theed Citizens.
Nice.
So basically all the Naboo extras, basically. So that is Graf Zappalo. He looks a bit strange. He looks like he doesn't belong slightly, but I like the guy. He's fun. Right. And you'll go, Corey.
Right. So I am now going to take us to Phantom Menace.
All right. Yep. It's not Graf Zappalo, is it?
No.
Okay, good. We've already had him.
I'm taking us to Phantom Menace, and I am taking us on Tatooine, and I believe it's on Tatooine. Anyway, it doesn't actually say where he... Yes, he is. And I'm showing us back to Bounty Hunters as well.
Okay.
Which is right, but apparently with loads of background characters.
Yeah.
I'm taking us to Rango Tell.
Okay.
Who is, again, a man who is also known as Tankhead.
Okay. Is that because of perhaps a definitive
He's
look about
got
him?
a big old
helmet?
Big helmet.
Yeah.
He's got a big helmet. He's just a man with a big old green helmet.
He looks like he doesn't almost belong in Star Wars. He looks very strange indeed.
Rango Tell was a particularly dim-witted human male who hailed from the Outer Rim planet, Cern Pidal. Growing up as a street ruffian, he believed that his life-changing calling to becoming a bounty hunter, defeating a drunkard in an unruly bar brawl.
Oh, there he is, just walking around on Tatooine.
Yep. He set out the galaxy in his starship, the Dusty Duck. What does that look like?
I think I can imagine what the Dusty Duck looks like.
It's yellow, and it's... yep.
What is that? Oh, that's the Dusty Duck. Oh, I see. It's this was from a deleted scene in The Phantom Menace, where Qui-Gon and Anakin are running from Darth Maul on the speeder bike.
He was quickly swindled into wearing an inappropriate vac exposure suit that he believed was Mandalorian armor, consequently earning the derisive nickname Tankhead. Essentially, it's if a guy made a Mandalorian outfit out of general random supplies he could find.
Well, that's the 5-year-old to draw Boba Fett.
Yeah.
Draws Rango Tell.
Rango Tell.
Yeah. This is... The Dusty Duck arguably has more history than he does. It says it was a custom light freighter designed by a Palawik smuggler called Nimash Dim, who was on Nar Shaddaa, and he basically got sort of swindled out of it. She used the Dusty Duck to search for beings across the galaxy to remote and obscure worlds. Here we go. On Cern Pidal, the armoured bounty hunter Rango Tell killed the Elder Dim's murderer in a cantina brawl, and the young Palawik offered the hunter gratitude, her admiration, and her service as a pilot. She gave him the Dusty Duck. And the inexperienced Tell chose to take a bounty on the head of the crime family heir Cam Nail, along with Dim, searched relentlessly for his quarry in the Dusty Duck, and it says they were on Mos Espa, and they purchased a DUM series pit droid about repairing the craft. When Tell ventured into the city in his search for Nail. Also, they were doing something during the Phantom Menace.
Yes.
He basically had a plot during the Phantom Menace, you see.
Also, fun fact, he died on his first bounty hunting mission. Because he's that good.
He is that effective. You know what? Boba Fett...
I ain't got nothing.
Boba Fett, Rango Tell, he's the guy.
Yeah.
He's definitely the guy. He's got nothing on rank.
If he had survived that first mission, it would have been a thing of legends. You know what? Mandalorian would have made their armor look like Rango Tells.
Yeah. The show The Mandalorian would be about Rango Tell.
Yeah. They'll all be wearing massive propane tanks on their head.
Massive. It'd be called the Tank Head. It would be about Rango Tell.
Yeah.
Of course it would be. Oh, what a guy. Got some good picks here, Corey. Now, Corey, did you ever hear the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise?
Go on. No, sure. You know what? I've no.
Yeah, okay. Well, it's not a story the Jedi would tell you.
No.
It's a Sith legend.
Yep.
Darth Plagueis was a Dark Lord of the Sith who was so powerful and so wise he could manipulate the midi-chlorians to create life and all that kind of thing.
Where is this going?
So while Palpatine was telling that story in the Galaxy's Opera House on Coruscant to Jedi Knight Anakin Skywalker, you weren't looking at the booths that were next to his. Obviously, he had Mazaneda, he had Sly Moore, he had all of his staff in his booth, but in the booth next to his, maybe you weren't paying attention to the guys who were sitting in there.
I was not.
Because one of them is Tannen Praji. That's right, Tannen Praji. He's wearing a big hat. And it's a big hat. He's wearing a big hat. He's wearing a big blue like suit gown.
There he is.
Yep, he's got a big smile on his face.
Yep, that picture is definitely a random behind-the-scenes photo, but they've cropped other people out of.
And he is the first minister of the Coruscant Ministry of Ingress, which handles all the flow of immigrants on the Republic capital of Coruscant.
Nice.
In 19 BBY, Tannen Praji attended the performance of Mon Calamari's ballet Squid Lake in the Galaxy's Opera House on Coruscant. And he's wearing a black robes and a gold-coloured headpiece, big hat. And yeah, he's walking past the entrance as Anakin Skywalker runs up the building stairs, and he's sat with other 5 people in a box next to Supreme Chancellor Sheev Palpatine.
Very nice.
And he might be related to the Imperial officer Praji, who was in A New Hope, who's called Nadonis Praji, who worked on the Devastator and appeared in A New Hope, part of the Praji family on Coruscant. So that he could be related to them. Maybe, I think he's his uncle or something like that from Legends. But Tannen Praji just appears in Revenge of the Sith as the guy that's sitting in the booth that's next to Palpatine. And there's a couple of reasons why I picked him. One reason is this guy in Legends at least is a very horrible man.
Great.
He's a very horrible bureaucrat, politician. He's responsible for immigrants. He does a horrible job. He says he's received much criticism for hardliner policies, labelled as a rich, uncaring maniac, and became the subject of several assassination attempts.
You know what?
This guy shouldn't go and see the opera.
I can see that, because if you're on his Wikipedia page, if you're on his canon page, he's got a nice smile, very happy. Yeah. You click over to Legends, it zooms in. He's not as smiley anymore.
No, he's not as smiley anymore. That's the look of a rich, uncaring maniac.
Yeah.
He is. Says that in reality he resented decisions he had to make, but he was under a great deal of pressure from other government factions. In order to relieve his stress, he spent a great deal of time at Galaxy's Opera House, where he would commune with other political entities and industry tycoons. He's got a bodyguard called Otagru Grey, which is another great name, and he's a guy who is just a bold man in a big coat.
Great.
But Otagru Grey secretly drew funds from Praji and donated them to Supreme Chancellor Palpatine. But this worked in an advantage, however, as he kept favour in Palpatine's inner circle, and as Palpatine would ascend to Galactic Emperor, Praji worked as a bureaucrat in an organisation which was a puppet of Coruscant's military police.
Very nice.
This guy kind of ended up just as an administrator in the Empire, and he worked out. Behind the scenes, Praji has a bit of history. He's actually played by visual effects supervisor John Knoll, who probably still works for Lucasfilm now on Industrial Light and Magic. And he was also the guy who, created all the visual effects for Revenge of the Sith and all the prequels. So he's got a big hand in the creation of the prequels, John Knoll. Very famous guy. And Praji's backstory was created by Zach Bossan for the new What's the Story article in StarWars.com's databank. And he did intend him to be the uncle of Imperial Commander Adonis Praji, a character that was in New Hope. And it became canon in the relation by Nathan O'Keefe, who created the story Tinker Tailor Soldier Praji, which was published online through the Hyperspace website in 2009.
Very nice.
So there you go. Boston didn't see Praji as necessarily a good guy, but just an elitist businessman who wasn't fond of questionable decisions, but not a philanthropist either. and he's also the father of Anelli Prajji, who was a supporting character from Paul N's Evasive Action Recruitment Star Wars webcomic.
Nice.
There you go, another connection there. And that is my first pick of a character, and it is Tannen Prajji.
Okay.
Corey, you're...
Here we go. I believe this is the last one.
Yes.
On my end. So, I'm keeping it with Phantom Menace.
Mm-hmm.
This one's actually kind of similar to Rango Tell.
Right.
However, I've gone a similar route.
Mm-hmm.
This is a woman, and she is blonde.
Okay.
So this is another blonde woman.
Right, another blonde woman.
Right, we've got another one.
Mm-hmm.
You said
another one?
You said there wasn't many. We've got two of them here.
Okay.
I'm going to give you Teora Recab.
Okay. Interesting name there.
Teora Recab. She's a near human.
Right.
She's an Enzo.
How are you spelling that?
Teyora space Rekab.
Oh right. Oh, I can. Oh yes, I see.
Yes.
She's also in a big helmet.
She's got a big old helmet. She's a female Enzo who purveyed hydroponic seeds and equipment during the Republic Classic era. She was the captain of her own starship with her fellow Enzo's crew, and she was a vessel to ship hydroponics around the galaxy, including the planet Tatooine. She's a female Enzo, a species of near humans. Recap had blonde hair, blue eyes, and light skin.
Yep.
In addition to providing herself and her crew with highly protective Kulfs suits, Recap had the foresight to wear polarized goggles while visiting Tatooine, as the suit's bubble did not protect against the glare of the planet's twin suns. The character first appeared in George Lucas's 1999 film Star Wars Episode 1 Phantom Menace as an unnamed background extra on the streets of Mos Espa. The character was later expanded upon and named Nathan O'Keefe.
Oh, it's the same guy that named Tannen Prajji.
Yep. Through StarWars.com's hyperspace feature, What's the Story?
Yeah.
Published in the StarWars.com databank on January 12, 2007. Fun fact, Rango Tell also was on What's the Story.
Oh, there you go. So was Tannen Prajji, so this is all lining up for us, I think.
That's pretty much all we know about her.
Okay.
She just does stuff on Mos Espa, essentially.
Yes, she just... hydroponic seeds.
Yeah. What are they? I don't know.
Well, it says I've got hydroponics. This is what it says according to Canon, and hydroponics was a method of growing plants and water supplied with nutrients rather than soil.
Okay.
On the desert planet of Tatooine, moisture farmers use surplus water gathered by evaporators for their small hydroponic gardens. The parents of Kami Marstrap were underground hydroponic gardeners. When Padme Amidala first met Queen Breha Organa on Alderaan, she wore white flowers in her hair that were purchased from the Coruscant Hydroponics Unit.
If you want to see a full body picture, scroll down, find the Wikipedia article for Enzo,
Right.
and if you go on the Legends tab, there is just a full picture of her in the full old suit.
Oh, in the full old suit. Oh, yeah, there it is.
Oven mitts and all.
Oven mitts and big shoes.
Again, this is like astronaut meets like deep sea diver.
Yeah.
Kind of situation.
Kind of deep sea divers in Star Wars.
This is the thing with Star Wars. When it gets to background characters, they are literally wearing whatever the prop people can find.
Yeah. She looks like she's wearing like some baking sheet on her chest and on her shoulders.
Which weirdly, because I've done it so often, just makes sense now.
Yeah, it does. It does, doesn't it? And yes, it says that Enzo was around near human species planet Ensolica.
Yep.
And they were acclimated to the Arctic conditions of their homeworld, a planet of ice sheets and frozen tundra, with only a strip of temperate land across the equator. Very interesting, actually. I enjoy all the planets, and here we have.
Yeah.
Enzo cities were carved into the ice of Ensolica to maximise productive capacity of forbidding landscapes and feed their population. The species mastered hydroponic technology, so there you go. The breakthroughs of their field attached the attention of such corporations as Alderaan Biotics and Tensus Comestibles, who wooed Enzo technicians and specialists to work for them across the galaxy.
There we go.
I think we've got a crack team here, Corey. We've got a crack team of characters from Swilla Corey and Hoyt Padoit to Rango Tell. Rango Tell. We've got a great team here, I think. What we need one Star Wars property that brings all these guys together. I think we've got to find that.
I want to see Rango Tell.
Yeah.
Meet and go on a bounty hunting mission.
Yeah.
With Amanaman.
Yeah, with the Amanaman, and with this as well. And this is there as well. This can be there as well.
Yeah.
And they go on Tatooine where Hoyt Perdoit, Swilla, Corey,
whoever else is there.
Whoever else is there as well. Ephraim LX can also be there. Ephraim LX can be there as well. After Kajimi City, he can be there. And they can all just go on an adventure together, you know. Ephraim LX could be a bounty hunter. He's got a cool blaster pistol.
He looks... He's a droid like a SWAT team droid.
He's got the armor. Yeah, he's got the look for a bounty hunter, I think. Tales of the Bounty Hunters with Rango Tell. Rango Tell could be in that. Episode about Rango Tell and the Dusty Duck.
Yeah. There we go. Come on, get on it, Dave Filoni. Rango Tell, Amanaman.
Come on, Dave. Yeah. He'd love it. He'd love that kind of thing.
LX, all these people.
LX,
come on.
Swilla, Corey, Hoyt Perdoit, all of them. All of them together. Oh, fantastic. Now, for the weekly rec.
Yep.
And it's up to you, Corey.
It is up to me. So, I was thinking what to give this, because this is all background characters, right? And obviously these all come from live action films. I could recommend episodes 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 or 9.
Yeah.
Considering we've already reviewed 1, 2 and 3.
Yeah.
But I was thinking that's too obvious. And then I did something. So as a smart man that I am, I decided, let's go back and look at all the other episodes me and you have done for background characters, which before this have been 3. This is our 4th time doing this. We did 2 just on background characters and 1 on droid ships and then background characters.
Yes.
On last year's, you got one of your characters by going on a certain Twitter account.
Oh, right.
Which was, I forgot what it was.
Helmet of the Day.
Helmet of the Day.
Helmet of the Day, yes.
So I thought, oh, you know what? I bet I can find some people on there. So I went on Helmet of the Day, and I found 3 of my people.
I wondered why they're all wearing helmets.
And Helmet of the Day.
I wondered why they're all wearing flipping helmets, Corey. I was like, everyone's wearing helmets in this. I wondered if it's a weird theme. But you looked at Star Wars Helmet of the Day.
So Rango Tell is on Helmet of the Day.
Yeah.
Tiora Recab was on Helmet of the Day.
Helmet of the Day.
And who was the other one that I picked?
Is your weekly rec?
Dan's Boy was on Helmet of the Day. My weekly rec is Helmet of the Day.
Star Wars Twitter account Helmet of the Day.
The account still exists.
Yeah, but it has ceased.
The account does not post anymore.
No.
However, there's numerous helmets on there.
Yeah.
From live action to animation to
a lot of clone helmets and all of that.
Even to random ones like Han Solo just wearing a helmet once.
Yeah, exactly. I think I found one of my characters because he was wearing a helmet that looked a bit like a...
It was a mushroom.
Mushroom, yeah. Flat cap mushroom helmet man.
Yeah, that one.
I remember him.
What was his name?
I don't know what his name was, but I do remember him. I remember the look of his helmet. I think the last post that Star Wars Helmet of the Day posted was Darth Vader.
It was Darth Vader, yes.
It out with the most famous Star Wars helmet of them all, which is Darth Vader. Also, shout out while we're checking out famous Star Wars Twitter accounts, and also background characters. Veers Watch on Twitter is always fun. Okay. He's a guy that just loves General Veers from Empire Strikes Back, and he checks every single new Star Wars property to find if General Veers is going to be in it.
Great.
So often it will be like the most recent one is like Mace Windu, issue 4, no Veers. And there's loads of stars.
In all fairness, I like the idea of like trying to find like a Where's Wally of just like random people.
Yeah. If he turns up, like General Veers appeared in a novel recently, and there was like it was like a Jedi novel, and there was like a weird sort of cameo that had General Veers in it, and it wasn't. It was like when he was younger, and it's like, oh, Veers is in this, you know. He turns up. Oh, it's if
you could, because I imagine, like, let's say you've got something like Ahsoka or Obi-Wan Kenobi, where you know when it's set, you can go, right, who'll be around here at this time? They would be, and you're just staring at the screen going, where are they?
Yeah.
Where are they?
And Veers, of course, does wear a cool helmet as well.
He wear a cool helmet.
He does wear an AT-AT Captain helmet, so there you go.
I thought it wears an AT-AT.
No, how'd you wear that?
You know, like how it goes like Paris, like Eiffel Tower helmets.
Oh, yeah. An AT-AT helmet. No, he wears the goggles, Imperial Officer helmet. We have a great lineup of minor characters here. So what would you give as a real rating, Helmet of the Day? What's a helmety rating?
What is a helmety rating? What number looks like a helmet?
You could wear a 5. You could wear the...
5 turn round is kind of like a baseball cap.
Okay.
With a little...
Yep.
Little, like, flick up. What else we got? 2? Nah.
5 reels.
5's good. 6 is not...
You could wear an 8 if you had the flat part on your head.
7's kind of a flat cap.
Maybe.
Just like without the bottom bit. It's like a little like...
Is this a debate we're having, Corey, about what number would you wear as a hat?
8 are goggles.
Okay, 8 are definitely are goggles.
Yeah. 9, that's a 6, different way round. 10, probably not helpful for hats.
No.
You know what? I'm gonna go 8 for goggles. Helmets normally have goggles on them.
8 for goggles.
So we'll go 8 for goggles.
Good. Yeah, General Viz's helmet's got goggles.
There
on
we
it.
go. 8 for goggles.
And so is your Enzo or Enzo. She's wearing goggles as well.
I'm trying to find who you were on about with a mushroom hat.
Oh right, the mushroom hat.
But I don't want to. I mean, oh wait a minute.
He's in Rogue One, I think. The character's in Rogue One.
Got it.
All right.
Amisha Jojo.
Yes, Amisha Jojo.
I've gone on the video, put on captions so it doesn't come up, and thankfully YouTube Captions has got it there.
YouTube Captions has got the name Amisha Jojo. Yeah. How?
Well, close enough. It's got Amisha Jojo.
Oh, right, okay.
I googled that. It came up. It's fine. It got
fair
there.
Enough. Amisha Jojo, yeah, of course. Oh, there he is.
There he is.
He's wearing his mushroom hat. He's got his. We love. This is the guy.
Because weirdly, typing in Mushroom Hat Man Star Wars did not give me anything.
No.
Well, actually, it did. It did not give me who I was
typing
thinking
Giant
of.
Mantis Star Wars would definitely give you Kit Kat.
It would.
Or giant lobster would give you Therm Scissor Punch.
Scissor Punch.
Exactly, all the favourites. But thank you very much for listening and watching our background obscure video. This was always a fun video. I always love this one whenever it comes around, Star Wars month. So thank you very much. Thank you to Hoyt Padoit, Swilla Corey, Graf Zappolo, Tannen Praji, and F from LX. You want to name your guys?
Amanaman.
Amanaman and...
Tankhead, what was he called? L something. I would have forgotten the names.
Hotel.
But so forgetful, I've forgotten the name.
Yeah.
I would have Amanaman.
Amanaman.
He's going to stick in my head now.
Yeah, you will.
Just randomly going to think of Amanaman.
Yeah. Amanaman the Amani, you know. But thank you very much for listening and watching.
Whenever I watch the Muppets now, it's going to be in my head.
May the force be with you. It's a goodbye from me, goodbye, and a goodbye from Corey.
Goodbye.